All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So this is a viewer request video. We're going to look at FSR, IDEX, TTOO, and SOFI if I have time. Yo, I will be honest, there are so many good setups right now. It's really hard to decide where to put your money, and it really, in so many ways, that's a fantastic thing, you know what I mean? But FSR looks fantastic, right? I mean, we are over all 5 moving averages. Beautiful break of the 8 and the 20, golden cross right there. Looks like another golden cross should be coming tomorrow. MACD, RSI, volume, I mean, check, 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 right? So this thing looks fantastic. Did I say fantastic too many times? I think so, actually. IDEX, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what that looks like. It's been a minute since I've looked at that one. I think it's done a decent recovery, but again, we'll look at that and I'll give you better thoughts when I actually know what it looks like. TTOO, hey, look, I normally don't cover stocks this often, this quickly, but that's been an interesting ticker to say the least. And again, today did better than I expected. I was really confident in that 17 number if you watched the video yesterday, but I'm surprised it went to 17 the way it did, and I'll talk about that shortly, okay? Excuse me. And then again, if I've got time, SOFI looks like it's crushing it to say the least, all right? But before we go any further, what are we gonna do? Same thing we always do, right? We're gonna take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have 5 moving averages. I will draw some horizontal support and resistance lines manually, and then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this thing on the internet, comment good or bad, like this thing. Look, anything you can do really does help me out with these YouTube algorithms, but for real, just being here and giving me your time is super, super appreciated, all right? So look, let's get into it. And again, Fisker, really, really liking this chart, all right? First and foremost, I've been showing this on a few different videos, but NASDAQ did really well from the 26th onward. And really, again, today was an important day. It keeps holding and using this 8 moving average, really well, all right? For FSR, that's a beautiful thing because, again, this is an auto car, this is an electric car, this is a NASDAQ stock, and it did well with the NASDAQ. It held the 8 and the 20. Beautiful little gap right here between when I say gap, I really mean the distance, like the distance between the 100, because, again, break this, go here, break this, go here, break this, go here, break this, go here, and that basically all happens today, right? So just zooming out, you can see it. We've played with the 200 a little bit. Looks like we've wicked it right there. We've wicked it right there, but we actually close over it for the first time since what? Let's call it January of 2022, right? So a true year and more than a year and a half, you know what I mean? So, hey, if this can actually break it, and look, really, this is the only real horizontal I see right here, right? So, how good of a line is that actually? I don't mind that line. I actually think it either, yeah, see, if you look, here's the truth. If I lower it right here, that's basically 50% of this candle and really what hit us today. So I think that's the easy answer, just kind of knowing history, right? I actually think oh man, you see, I thought they were going to line up a little better. I was hoping 50% of this was also actually 50% of this. 50% is almost the top of this. So I think I honestly would have drawn this line because it's also just a little bit thicker in the horizontal right there, right? But yeah, I mean, it's more important about the 200 moving average, don't get me wrong, but get over this. And really, it's probably going to want to come to here. I don't think there's much of a horizontal right here. Like there's nothing as strong. And really, there's not even that much strong right here. But there's a gap that I just saw. So I honestly would draw this before I put anything here. This actually isn't a bad in between the both. And yeah, maybe we'll take it from the top of that. I think that's not bad. I think that's a decent 1, 2, 3. Look, beautiful, beautiful MACD. That's a really nice divergence. Against diverging, just a fancy word for going away from each other, right? So these two are diverging, these two are diverging, and volume is a very healthy uprise. You know what I mean? Like, there's no silly one of these that makes me expect one of these, right? Like, we are chugging along, right? So that's a beautiful thing to see as well. So truth be told, I really like Fisker a lot. I think tomorrow is really important. I wouldn't be surprised if we come down back to 675. But again, actually the RSI is so low. I think we're actually going to come to this 729. Are you still going up after hours? You came down a little bit, but again, I actually, even still seeing that come down after hours, I actually really think 730 makes more sense than this down here. But I like Fisker. I do. I actually really think it wants to come to this 917, and then again, I mean, this is it. There's some good channels to be had. There's no like wild downs and ups like there are. You know, there's some. It might not be a wildly easy one. Like you can argue that might be something in between that. That might be something in between that. I still like my lines. I still like the setup. And just one more time. I mean, if it can get over, it's not, I actually didn't even say this earlier, but this thing knows how to run when it's over the moving averages. This thing knows how to ride the 8 up, you know what I mean? So let's see if this thing can do some nice stuff. Did I look at the weekly? I don't think I looked at this weekly, but yeah, we are sitting at the 50. Again, it's still very early to the close. It's literally the first day, right? But this thing's kind of saying, hey, I kind of want to come to 10, maybe even this 11 line that I drew, almost 12 line that I drew, right? So yeah, I like this. I do. I like Fisker a lot. Like I said, there's a lot of good setups. It's an interesting place of where do you want to put your money, you know what I mean? Okay, IDEX. Sorry for that silence right there. I was, like I said, I didn't really know what this chart looked like. So a couple things are jumping out at me. I'm going to start up here for sure, okay? I remember talking about the 100 moving average the last time I covered this thing, and I was saying, hey, it looks like this thing's kind of oscillating the line. It actually still seems like it's doing it. It's still up, down, up. You know, is it going to come back down? I'm not too sure, right? The one thing I do like is it's actually now kind like, okay, these are almost like orbiting planets, right? And hopefully we are now on the orbit of the 20 moving average that looks like it's actually going up. Okay, I don't know who's going to take the line, who's going to take the candles is what I meant to say. Like, is this 20 going to keep going and now we're going to do this oscillating actually on the 20 moving average? Or is it still the 100 that matters? End of the day, there are 3 moving averages right here, a stone's throw away from each other, right? So I really need to believe that we've broken these, all right? It's hard to escape them, you know what I mean? And I still think that this is the money line right here for sure. And really, as it takes longer to do, it's this 200's eventually going to come down, right? So it's still going to be a good move if you do go from 11 to basically 16, right? Or, excuse me, it is 15, but it's a very high 15, almost 16, right? Like that's almost a 50% move right there for sure. But more than anything, I'm seeing a whole mess of reds and reasons to want to believe that you're going to come to 21, right? So yeah, this is a decent RSI for sure. The MACD for sure is positive, but man, volume's horrible. Okay, I'm basically seeing a couple more reds than greens. I'm glad that there's more greens than reds immediately, but none of them have broken this 50 moving out. Look, 24 million shares is a lot for most stocks, all right? Most stocks would love that. IDEX needs to be in the 120s for me to call it a good normal day. This line is the average of the line. This is a C, right? Like I'm not asking you to get a B plus in volume, right? Like this is a B plus, A minus kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Sorry to curse, but you get the point, right? So yeah, I'm still not a believer we're escaping these lines. I think the best hope would be we move to the orbit of the 20 instead of these. I'm not sure we're taking 11. Don't get me wrong. I don't think we're going to crash down to 6 like I did earlier, right? But we don't want to go into the, where's 7 at? Oh yeah, it's definitely a high 8. You don't want to go into the mid 5s. Let's at least say that. I think if you're at 0.05, sorry, 0.85, that I would maybe starting to get a little bit worried right there. But IDEX, end of the day, it is a cluster. And again, look, same thing I'm seeing right here. Like wants to break the 20, physically over it, but not a good candle, not good confirmation, physically over it, but so far, this is not a good confirmation candle just yet, right? So what number is this? This is kind of saying we might be coming back down to 7, low 8, right? So that's, again, what I'm saying. I'd be worried if we start to go into, because look, this is 9, that's 8, probably like 0.89, 0.8. I think I'd start getting worried around 0.87, 0.88, give or take, because like we just saw, it might actually still drop to 0.7. So again, I wish this thing had more decimals, is what it is, right? I like my indicator stack because of it. Hey, TTOO, all right. Damn, did way better than I expected. I am very surprised. So look, one of the things, if you watch my videos, right, I was really confident that we were going to go to basically the 16 that you see here, maybe even 17, right? What I expected, and it actually did happen. I normally don't show, oh shit, that's an interesting minute chart. Didn't know that happened. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, look, this right here is the after hours. Is it? No, I got to show after hours. Sorry about that. Give me the, damn, are you not going to show it for me? Damn, okay, you can see. All right, that killed what I wanted to do. Let me tell you the moral of what I expected. I thought we were going to open up here and close down here. That honestly is what I expected. I am loving the fact that we opened at 14 and we go all the way up to 16. And you can see how close we actually are to, no, we're not that close to 17. We're a little further away from it. But look at the minimum, how close we are to that 50 moving average. Like, I am very, very impressed with these 3 candles. I made a little bit of money on it. I'm not going to lie. I think if I had more faith, I would have kept holding it. I would have entered it a little bit better of a place. Like, there's a couple things I could have done a little better, but again, I'm looking at history, right? Historically speaking, this 20 moving average was super difficult. And yeah, it did better than I expected, for real. Like, I should have got in at 9. I'm not going to lie to you. It's super easy to say that, like, looking back, right? But this thing literally 9 who should have been my money line, not 11. You know what I mean? But hey, going the move I made, I was very happy with what I did, right? So the next question is, look, are we going to break the 50? Okay. And I'm going to be honest with you. I would want to look at more indicators. I've always said when I move my money, I use the one. There is no member version just yet. I'm trying to figure out what to do with membership. So that'll come at a later time. But look, we have not touched the 50 since today. All right. We touched this 20 moving average once, twice, basically 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, finally broke it on number 6, okay? Is this touch 1 and then we're gonna come down? Or are we actually gonna break this and fly, all right? What is after hours doing? After hours is coming down a little bit, not significant enough. I really think people are waiting to see, hey, look, this is good volume. Look, obviously it went a little lower than yesterday, but that's still a decent incline that we're holding. You know what I mean? Even if we come down a little bit tomorrow to like right here to basically, let's even call it a flat 215 or 200, that's not that bad, right? It really wouldn't be that bad. And that might be enough to get over this. Look, if we can get over the 50 again, break the 8, go to the 20, break the 20, go to the 50, break the 50, go to the 100, that's a nasty swing. Nasty swing. And the only thing really in the way is this little 27, right? Like, man, look, 80 is a high RSI. This thing knows how to get to an 89 and then live at the 80s, 81, 82, 81. You know what I mean? So that's still really good divergence. That's still really good divergence. That's still really good volume. I'll be honest with you. I think TTOO is going to go do it. And I'm not holding right now. I don't have anything in this. I am more than happy to unload something and get in if this thing takes the 50 in the morning really well. All right, like I made some money. I moved my profits from this. I sold at 17 before the bell rang. I'll be honest with you. I know my thing hit 17 in pre-market. That's what I was looking for when I went into the minute to show you. But I made my money just like I made my money in Mullen, actually, like in the later early hours, you know. So it's cool when you have a number target because it makes it easy to do that, right? But for real, I would love to jump back into this. I really would, all right? Because look, don't have dollar something dreams, but yeah, our goal is break the 50, go to the 100, break the 100, go to the 200, right? Like that is how this works. So be patient, take it one at a time, but for real, I think more confident in the 50 breaking because of these three. Like there were none of these candles where we open up here, open at 9 and then close at 7. You can see those numbers over there in the box. Like that's not a good green candle. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. I'm a believer that the 50's going down soon. I really, really am, all right? This is a good weekly. This is a weekly full of pain. This 27 pretty much lines up right here. If we break this, oh my goodness, dude, 27 is the money line. 26 is my money line for Mullen. 27 is like my silly money line, I think, for TTOO, actually. So, cool. We're at 15. Let's throw in SOFI. We got, I'll throw it in real quick. SOFI, look, I always say good things happen over the 8 and the 20. Great things happen when you break all the moving averages. This made a hardcore run, did a real healthy cool down. Look, our RSI went from 93, 95, 95, 94, 94, 90, literally living up here, all the way down to a very healthy 20. Didn't really hurt the price that much. I think we're ready to run. I think this thing's ready to actually break this top line, and I got to draw some new lines. I think there's not that many lines to draw right there, and I'm drawing this over here, man, for sure. I think that's going to be a really nice 30%, and there's still a little bit of roughly 20% till we get there. I like this move a lot, actually. Interesting. SOFI. Ooh, I'm liking it. Look, end of the day, MACD never even went into the negative, right? It looks like MACD is starting to flatten out. I think it's going to mimic this and start going up. Today was an important day. Today took 2 moving averages on a single day, and really, you can see it over there. The high of the day was 872. The close of the day was 871. We're a penny away from the high of the day. That's a good, strong candle. Is this thing moving after hours at all? Like, not that I expect it to, right? But it's at least holding. So SOFI, if tomorrow delivers what it needs to, and really all it actually needs to do is give me like an 885, 888. What's your number? 887. Give me 888. I don't think 888 is actually too much. If you give me 888, I'm not going to lie to you. I think I would give it a, what was my number? A 1370 target. I think most of this is going to be insignificant. Maybe this does something, but yeah, I don't see it doing much. What's this weekly at? Ah, look at that. That's an important line. This 913. 913 is going to be a hard line to break. Because look, this is essentially our 200. There is no line after that. Let me just click up here. You can see in the box over there, there's no purple moving average. This has not been a stock for 200 weeks, okay? 913 is my money line. 913 is my money line. I'm sending an alert for 914. If you're in this already, I think 914 is an interesting place to average up. I love averaging up. We still are right by the escape of the moving averages. Like this thing, I don't think has done the explosive move that it wants to, that comes with breaking moving averages and breaking all of them. So yeah, there's actually a lot to like on SOFI. I'm glad I threw this one in. Again, we looked at the weekly real quick. I'll just say it again. Has to get over the 100 moving average, right? So it's actually a little bit lower than my 313. It's actually pretty much on 9 on the dot. It's 901. You can see it there, but you get the point, I think. So, hey, appreciate your time. Let me know if you disagree. Otherwise, as always, thank you.